Hey, good afternoon. It is Sunday, June 26, 2022. I'm going to be taking out this 1988 Mercedes-Benz 560 SL for a little test drive. Very nice car. Car's got 43,552 miles. It's finished in Astral Silver Metallic over navy blue leather. It's in excellent pristine condition cosmetically. Mechanically, it is 100% turnkey, ready to be driven and enjoyed. I purchased this car about 2.5 hours away in Pennsylvania this past week, and I actually drove the car back from Pennsylvania and performed absolutely beautifully. The car runs and drives fantastic. Everything works on the car as intended, all the power options. It's got nice ice-cold AC, which blows through the proper vents. The original Becker Grand Prix head unit works great, as well as the power antenna. We just did a service on the car. Had my mechanic go through the car. The only thing that we found that the car needed was it needed a new steering shock, needed an idler arm kit, and it needed new shifter bushings. Everything else checked out great. The brakes, car runs and drives tight. As I mentioned, everything works, including the cruise control. The suspension is nice and tight. The car tracks laser straight down the road. Excellent acceleration. It's actually about 90 degrees right now in New Jersey, and you can see that the AC is in excellent working condition. Nice and comfortable here in the cabin. I had this car out on the highway for most of that trip. Had this car over 100 miles an hour at a few points, and it's an Autobahn cruiser. I mean, this car really runs and drives strong. Everything is in proper working order. You'll see in the walk-around video, cosmetically the car is really pristine. Like any 43,500 mile car, it has a few minor, very minor imperfections, which will all be pointed out in the walk-around video. But overall, it's about as good as it gets. Leather is in beautiful condition. It's really soft and supple. The wood is really nice. Very high gloss, deep, vibrant color to the wood. There's no UV damage. I mean, the wood literally looks almost as if it were restored, which it hasn't been. It has one very minor, tiny little hairline crack in the clear. Outside of that, the rest of the wood is perfect. Becker head unit works great.
You're on the way, life is good today. Life is good today.
Fantastic car. Actually had this car out this morning early. I took it to the New Jersey Cars and Coffee in Millstone. It's an event that's run by a couple of gentlemen. Amazing event. If you're in New Jersey, once a month they have the New Jersey Cars and Coffee in Millstone, New Jersey on 400 Wright Road. Turnout's usually 400 or 500 cars. It gets to the point where they turn away cars. That's how big of an event. Everything from European to American custom cars, pretty much everything under the sun. And here we are cruising along at about 55 miles an hour. You can see the steering is really nice. nice and cold. And we're back again. GoPro shut off for a moment, but yeah, I was saying the car really drives fantastic. I've had a lot of these on. All right, we're back again with the drive video. I had the GoPro sitting in the car for about a half hour, and I mentioned to you about 90 degrees, so the camera got hot and turned itself off. But we're back out on the road again. Mention a few things about the car. The car comes with the original OEM soft top, which looks like it was literally never used. I mean, it's in absolutely pristine condition with crystal clear plastic windows. Canvas has absolutely no nicks, no tears, no nothing. I mean, it's really in absolutely pristine condition. Show you how the car accelerates even with the AC on full blast. I mean, the car definitely pulls nice and strong. The shifts are butter smooth. Everything works on the car, including the clock in the dash, which keeps perfect time. The gauge needles are beautiful, dark orange. You can tell immediately when you look at this car that this was a garage kept car. Condition-wise, would be hard-pressed to find, you know, a nicer example of a R107 with a blue interior that is held up this well. Usually the blue interiors and the red interiors tend to get affected by ultraviolet light from the sun, more so than any of the other interiors. So finding one that is in this condition is really nice. It's very vibrant, all the colors. The carpets show no sun fade whatsoever. I mean, the rear window on this is absolutely crystal clear. Brakes are excellent. Just a really nice example. If you're out looking for an R107 and you really like this color combination, I would definitely recommend that you come see this car in person or have a third party do so on your behalf. It's a really fine example. Great car. You can see how tight the suspension is. Car's got Michelin tires on all four corners. If I had to estimate, I would say well under 5,000 miles of usage. No dry rot whatsoever. I believe they were installed in 2015. They're wearing 2013 date codes, so they are an older set of tires. However, you know, I drove this car probably 300 miles in the last week and a lot of highway driving. There's no dry rot, there's no flat spotting on the tires. So the tires are an older set of tires. You know, some people like to update their tires very frequently for safety purposes. Well, I had no problem taking this car well over 100 miles an hour. Been driving a lot of cars over the years. That's up to the new owner whether or not they want to invest in a set of tires. Very confident in the mechanical condition of this car. In fact, when I picked it up in Pennsylvania, my son came with me and he had an appointment in New York State that same evening. And, you know, he actually asked me, he said, "Dad, you know, you're confident driving this car all the way back to Jersey, you know, you haven't had a lot of seat time in it, are you a little bit concerned?" And I smiled at him. I said, "There is no concern. I know this car is roadworthy." And like I said, since that drive, I had my mechanic go through it. So all the fluids and filters are fresh. Fresh brake fluid, coolant, oil change, air filter. He went over the entire car. Brakes are great. The only thing that he found was it needed an idler arm kit and a steering shock. And of course we did a few cosmetic things to make the vehicle even nicer. We took down the old hood pad and the secondary hood pad, and we installed brand new hood insulation, both pads, not just the main one, which everyone changes. Car has the original spare, books, 2 keys. Wheels are beautiful. Hardtop is in fantastic condition, which you'll see in the photos. So that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a great car, mechanically and cosmetically. I'll talk more about the cosmetics when I do the walk around video in a couple of hours. So you can see the AC is, obviously you can't feel it, but it's ice cold. It's a 90-degree day here in New Jersey. The temperature gauge in the car is showing 100, but I think it's more realistic, about 90. Stereo works great. Just a really, really nice car. And like I said, anyone who wishes to see the car in person or have a third party inspect it on their behalf, I'd be more than willing to do that. And the car will be going up for auction on BringaTrailer, and it will be a no reserve auction, so the high bidder is going to get this car. Car's sitting at idle right now. You can see, I mean, it's smooth, AC's blowing ice cold. Great car. So that's going to be my auction, no reserve, and I wish everyone the best of luck.